Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we are flipping through issue number 400. That's right, issue number 400. We did it. We did it. We have reached the subscriber milestone. We've reached a subscriber milestone of 400. Look. You guys, and you did. So thank you so much, but this is where the hard work begins, because my final goal is 500. Not my final goal, my next goal. So I must, as much as I want to celebrate these 405 subscribers, I must look forward and move on to my next goal, which is really the final celebratory goal, because I'm doing, for 100 I did 100, for 200 I did 200, etc. But there's no 600th issue. So I've decided once I reach 500, I'll do the 500th issue. And then after that, I'm going to go on to 1,000 subscribers. That will be my goal. I make it halfway there, and then I feel like I got to stop celebrating after 500. And I'm just going to shoot for 1,000. And I don't know what I'm going to do when I reach 1,000 subscribers, but I'm open to suggestions. Before I do any of that, though, please remember to hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think I should do to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. I will say this. If you want to support me in a way, in addition to hitting like and subscribe and all of that stuff, go to patreon.com/flippinthrough. There's a link right down there. And you can be like these people: Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Ed Meisinger, Doug Guilford, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsbury, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Kyle Bridget. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I really hope that I can keep on earning it. With that, if you want to flip alongside me and you want to know a little bit more information about the things that I'm looking at, also down below is a link to madcoversite.com, Doug Guilford's Mad Cover Site. Certain projects, just in case I blow on by it and you're like, wait, but what? Anyway. Dang it. Let's just pretend it didn't happen, okay? So here we are, issue number 400. Now, unlike a lot of issues in this time frame, there's no dust jacket to this. So I don't know I'm not sure that this one is actually mine, because I had a tendency to keep the dust jacket on it. But Mad number 400, released December 2000, $2.99, which is indeed cheap. Our 400th issue, and they did something pretty cool for this. You see this a lot with things like this, I guess. Like big pop culture things. The one that pops into my mind is, I remember seeing posters for Star Wars, and it would be like an image of Yoda, and then you look in closer, and it's made up of still images from all of the movies. Anyway, the cool thing about these is every once in a while when they do them, each one is an individual, unique image. That's not the case for this one, because as you can imagine, they didn't do that many blue covers, and so a lot of this stuff where it's all blue, they just reused ones that have blue on it, or they zoomed into a blue part of an issue. So if you look closely, you can see all kinds of repurposed images. And I think also in here with the white covers, it's a fun little visual trick that I guess, like, would you call this a mosaic? Perhaps. And honestly, it looks like some of these, they may have like changed the color balance on some of them, because it's like you got to get a lot of red to make a bow tie like that, right? Our 400th moronic issue, the official, unofficial history of Mad in blazing color. Adam Carolla, Jimmy Kimmel, Jason Alexander, and others reveal what drives me mad. All right, so you got to think the year was 2000, and this was a time. This was an odd time. I think Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel may still have been on a television program called The Man Show, which um, was a unique television program. I don't know how to describe it. If you weren't there, it's like it's hard to describe what it was without sounding insane. But anyway, so I think those two guys were on that, and then I don't know, Jason Alexander, the guy from Seinfeld, seems like an odd choice. Did he like jump into something immediately? I don't know. Anyway, let's just get right into this. Look at this. A free gift? I should have cut this out and sent this in. A Mad keychain. I wonder if anybody still has those. Yeah, I mean, the answer is yes. Of course it is. It's Mad Magazine, right? Like, look at all this stuff that I got. People keep this stuff. Here's the world's worst table of contents. So we have, look at, this is just like the full Tom Chaney cartoon right there. They just put a whole cartoon right there. That's an interesting choice. 24, I guess the poster. This is Friedman, something Friedman, or I forget the guy's name. That'll be fun. And here we have, oh, look at an ad. You have an ad splitting. Okay, here's Jason Alexander. And here we have the front cover photo mosaic by Robert Silvers. Celebrity Palm ads. Oh, okay. And then the back cover is Irving Schild, still going in the year 2000, and Ari Kaplan. All right. I mean, it's like they really want you to just hate that table of contents, I think. Oh, here we have. Oh, that's Ray Park. Okay, sweet. I was like, look at, oh, this kid got a picture with a dad? I don't know. But look at Joe Mitchell of Austin, Texas, snags a 1-year subscription for capturing a photo of Ray Park, a.k.a. Darth Maul. And now, for the 915th time, we will close this caption with the following pun. Good going, Joey Joe. May the farce be with you. All right, let's see. Oh, here we go. Rome Improvement. In your satire of the movie Gladiator, Mad number 397, a character replies, "This makes no sense. It pits the greatest gladiator in the world against a wimpy emperor." This is an error, since it is well documented that the real Emperor Commodus fought and defeated the most skilled gladiators in the arena, having never lost a bout. In actuality, he was assassinated well in his bath by an athlete named Narcissus. Not as good a movie plot, perhaps, but the truth. That's from Jerry Greenberg. Snoop Jerry Jer. Your knowledge of Roman history couldn't be more wrong. Everyone knows that Commodus was killed by a group of marauding gladiators who gained access to his palace by hiding in a giant wooden horse named Triggerus. Faced with certain death, the gladiators gave Commodus the choice of drinking hemlock or the gas chamber, which was just then coming into widespread use as a cleaner, more effective alternative to beheading and disembowelment. It is rumored that Commodus's final words, "Give me liberty or give me death," can still be heard late at night circulating around the Bastille. That's fun. Oh, that's fun. And then there's some like, I don't know, what else? Comic-Con stuff. Oh, here we go. So these are, I know that there is, I kind of am jumping the gun a little bit, but the back cover was a Palm Pilot ad. And so here we have Forcefully Palm. Celine Dion's voicemail number. Leave message asking her if she wants role of Mrs. Binks in episode 2. 10 a.m. meet with California State Legislature proposed bill to have Gungan taught in public schools. Have Harrison Ford fix my porch. Meet with Italian Anti-Defamation League over my plans to introduce Space Teamster character named Wop Wop. And this, of course, is George Lucas, filmmaker, visionary, and prophet. the Palm Pilot was cool, man. That was a cool piece of technology. And I remember when I was in high school, like, I think I got my hands on one of them. It wasn't, it was probably, what was it? Probably 2001. But you could do some cool stuff. It was like, you could mess around. But you could also, you could draw things on it. And I think, I might be, I know with our graphing calculators, you could load up video games onto them. Anyway, I'm getting a little distracted. But this is a really cool piece of technology. That's all. And now we have cell phones. So who cares about them? The Untold History of Mad Magazine. Bill Gaines, 1952. Oh man, I gotta zoom in. This is gonna be, I think this is gonna be a little bit, this might take the bulk of this flip through actually, because this I think could be fun. Come on. All right, that's as good as it's gonna get apparently. The New York Times, Scientific American, Cat Fancy, these and other publications have reflected the times in which they thrived, providing a snapshot of our nation's evolution at a critical juncture. But no magazine can claim to have changed the way generations of Americans live, breathe, and think, except Mad Magazine. Yes, America's longest-running humor magazine, besides Time, has not been content to merely notice the snags in society's fabric after the fact. No, no, no. The sociological dynamo that is Mad has always been at the forefront of change and innovation, and even more change. Mad has affected our culture and history in such an all-encompassing and fundamental way that it is sometimes easy to overlook our awesome influence. This special section will correct that unfortunate oversight. It is virtually impossible to think of any important trend or moment in our country's past 50 years that did not originate in our pages, and on the glorious occasion of Mad's 400th issue, it seems apropos, if not apropos, then at least appropriate, to revisit the grand history of the men, women, and pre-op transsexuals who made it all happen. First off, did you notice I read through that whole thing and I didn't mess up a single word? That's rare. I usually can't even get through a title. This is, I like Desmond Devlin ends with a joke that is 100% off the table now. It's good. That was well written. 1952, Bill Gaines knew that the man who would edit Mad had to have a brilliant sense of humor as well as a groundbreaking visual sense. He had to be a man who could see through the phoniness of pop culture, and he had to be a man who could take a little 10-cent comic book and transform it into the premier satirical force of the 20th century. Unfortunately, that man was busy, so Gaines hired Harvey Kurtzman. Drew Friedman drew this, and that was the guy I was thinking of earlier. I'm going to sort of skip around on this, so I apologize. Is my voice like squeaking? Golly. I absolutely love Drew Friedman's caricatures. They're just like, because they look like, it's almost like photorealistic pencil drawings, you see on the internet people post. But I don't know, they're just so silly and fun. 1955. On December 1st, Rosa Parks stops at a newsstand in Montgomery, Alabama, on her way home from work. While riding on the poorly lit bus, she is unable to read her copy of Mad 26 from her usual back row seat. Moving to the front, Parks begins laughing so loudly that the bus driver orders her to knock it off. Parks refuses. Soon the entire civil rights movement is born. Another great moment in Mad's proud history. I love that. I love it because it seems a little inappropriate. But that's what makes it funny. May 1956, Disneyland opens, and Mad is there. These are fake covers, right? Yeah, they're fake. Here we go. Al Feldstein takes over the reins as editor of Mad, and it isn't long before the magazine reflects his influence. Writers initially bristle when he insists that on the use of punctuation. Also, no longer will every single article end with every single character falling off a cliff, but Feldstein's most noteworthy editorial contribution is his bold decision to parody the song on the streets where you live in every issue for the next 22 years. Of course, Mad's concept of taking an existing song and simply singing new words over the original music would later inspire the careers of both Weird Al Yankovic and Sean Puffy Combs. People really came down on Puffy because I think it was because of his song that was in Godzilla. I remember this history. So in the Matthew Broderick Godzilla, which I think was in one of my recent reviews, there was a song that he sampled like an Aerosmith track, and people were just like losing their minds. It's like, guys, sort of what like rap music does. It's like, anyway. Here we go. This is great because I think I'm going to be going through some Mad knockoffs later. Not here, but in a live stream. As with any big success, Mad spawns many imitators. Soon, newsstands are clogged with competitors such as Wacky, Kaga, Bugnuts, Loco, Bonkers, Clinically Unbalanced, and the Problems of the Mentally Ill, Non-Compos Mentis, Medical Candidate for Invasive Frontal Lobe Surgery, and a danger both to himself and to his community. The sheer number of Mad imitators is so out of control that there isn't enough paper to print them all. Soon, publishers are making deals with Brazilian land barons to raise their rainforests. Scientists estimate that it will take at least 200 years for Earth's ecosystem to fully recover. All right, I got to do this one. While attending a London art show, Bill Gaines first meets conceptual artist Yoko Ono. Quickly, her influence is all over Mad. One 6-page article repeatedly asks only, what is the sound of an apple crying? Issue number 121 is the lowest-selling edition of Mad ever, featuring 48 entirely blank pages, except for the word fear in tiny type on page 37. Even Mad number 122, printed entirely on large wooden planks, outsells the avant-garde white issue. Gaines publishes several issues from inside a large burlap sack, which admittedly improves his wardrobe, but does little for the quality of the magazine. The famous photo, this is Drew Friedman's take on the famous photo of Yoko Ono and John Lennon. Weren't they naked? They were naked in bed? I forget. But I have a question. How long is this woman's arm? It's good. That's quite the reach on her. Oh my God. Mad briefly runs the most unpopular and controversial feature in its history, Antonio Prohas's Roe versus Wade. Jesus. Desmond Devlin is a genius. I hope people tell him that often. Let's see. Which one should I do? We'll go with Saddam. Saddam Hussein's, here's an old copy of It's a Gas from classic Mad single from the 60s. The wackily flatulent tune gives him the idea to develop nerve gas, which he later uses to kill, maim, and blind tens of thousands of Kurds. I never could have done it without Mad. The mustachioed dictator later chirps, at first Mad editors feel some guilt for the horrible massacre, but when they receive an amusing photo of Saddam Hussein for the letters page, all is forgiven. Oh my goodness. This is, now it's, so they're, all right. I can't read all of this, but this is all so great. 1987, Live Aid rocked the world's conscience in the summer of 85, especially moved by the performance of Russian supergroup Autograph. Bill Gaines, in a symbolic gesture, decides to skip lunch for a week. He saves Ghana. However, the impact of his not dining out causes a ripple effect on the U.S. economy, resulting in a 500-point stock market plunge 2 years later. This is this whole thing. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. It's so fun. Like just this silly fake history is it's just lovely. I'll read this final one. Mad 3 um Mad 399 marks the end of an era. A 48-year streak of never once having printed the word kurtosis comes to an end. However, the magazine has still never included the word wigmalery. Whoops? Oh, it's oops, not whoops. Sorry. Now, this was a great time in Mad. For, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the glossy. I like the print, newsprint stock, but it was they had this short period of time where it was this nice balance between black and white material and color material. And so you have like Sergio Aragones's Mad Look at TV here. And it's beautiful, black and white, and also on like pretty high quality paper. So it looks fantastic. It's the best of both worlds in this instance. And here we go. Bill Ray and Anthony Barbieri. Now this is something I've noticed in some of the reprints where I've had Kyle Bridget explained this to me a little bit. It's like, when you're a scan versus a photocopy, the photocopy is like pretty binary. It's like, is it black or is it white? They can do shades, but it's like much more, the range is a lot lower as I understand it. And a scan picks up everything. So it's kind of interesting because it looks like these were like just really high quality scans. So you can see this is like just all colored in with black. And then that's like a little gray. So that should be, I guess, if you were doing a copy of it, it should be like a little bit of a smoother transition. But you can see even in the areas that should be all black, you see a big difference between that. And even here you can see all these like individual brush strokes, and this house and tree, which you would think would be, it's a silhouette. It would be all one color black. You can see all these like shades of it. So that's kind of interesting. I really appreciate that because as somebody who doesn't understand how art is made, it's like a little peek behind the curtain, right? Sometimes if you're an amateur artist and you look at art in a magazine and you're like, wait a second, not an amateur, but like a hobbyist or something. Like, how come my stuff doesn't look like that? Like mine, it's all streaky. Well, it's because of the finishing, I guess, and the publishing process, which fixes all that stuff up. And if you're somebody who collects original artwork, of course you know that because you see what the real deal looks like, and often the real deal looks significantly different because you can even see like maybe the blue lines or the pencil marks that have been erased. But yeah, this is pretty interesting to see. I love Bill Ray's style. I absolutely love it. I think it's just, I wish he did more stuff like this, but maybe Life as a Fine Artist is a little bit better than Life as a Mad Artist. And here we have this, the beautiful Mad number 400 poster. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's see if I can actually. So you can kind of, if you are a keen-eyed observer, right, you have like, here's a Santa Claus one, and then here it is again. So they do repeat it because they kind of have to, right? And you can see, I think on that Santa one, they just zoomed in on a cover issue. Here's one right there where they just zoomed in on a very blue area of the issue. It's like, it makes sense, I guess. Not I guess. It does make sense. You don't have enough covers, right? It's like 400, right? That would be like, I don't know. This is well over 400 images if you don't know. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a cool effect. I wouldn't mind having maybe I should just rip this out. No, wait. Oh, yeah, this is the problem. Look, they say, oh, it includes a poster. Yeah, it includes a poster if you want to lose a page of John Caldwell's joke and Monroe. It's not an included poster, you cheap bastards. Wait, did they say there's a Yeah, free pull-out poster. You bastards. You're probably not heading to college if... These were always so awesome, the John Caldwell. He was... I didn't realize he passed away, but John Caldwell, I think I've gushed plenty about his style as an artist and his skill as an artist. But he's like one of the best writers at Mad 2. I just love it. I wonder what it would have been like if he wrote more for other people. So, internet ready keyboard icons. Internet ready keyboard icons that tell you like it is. Push the pirate flag and go to Napster, a music trading site where you can download copyrighted songs for free. It's just like going to the music store, except you're not paying. Looks like you and those flippin' hackers who stole your credit card number have a lot in common, eh, Bunky? I like how Dick DiReggiolo is just talking to his artist. That's funny. The least used internet key of all takes you to madmag.com, which web surfers everywhere agree isn't worth a visit. It really isn't. Kind of sucks. Here we have the celebrity stuff. Artist John Kascht, Kascht, Kascht. Anyway, this is what I'm going to say. I typically guest writers like this aren't that funny. Tom Wolfe. I actually kind of want to read that one. Kevin Smith. No, thank you. I kind of like Kevin Smith, but at the same time, I kind of hate Kevin Smith. That's like senators and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's who I want to hear from. Yeah, you're right. No thanks, pal. Fred Schneider. That's kind of cool. The B-52s. Mort Walker, cartoonist of Beetle Bailey, and Jason Alexander. Being called George. For Christ's sake, my damn credit said, and Jason Alexander as George. It was up there plain as day for 9 years. Read the goddamn thing. It's easy. George equals fictional. Jason equals real. That goes for the other brilliant greetings I've received daily. Where's Jerry? Where's Kramer? They're dead, okay? Stop asking. Oh my God. I hope he really read that. Now I'm going back. Now I kind of have to take back what I said about those like celebrity guests not being funny. Tom Wolfe. It's when I punch in a phone number and that voice says, "Welcome to the CyberMax automated answering system. If you are calling from a touch-tone phone, press 1 now. Right away, I know I'm entering phone mail jail. Punch any of the ensuing 2 to 9. This guy's lost his mind, man. He has failed the electric Kool-Aid acid test. And here we have the lighter side of writer and artist Dave Berg. Again, you have these, like you can see his brush strokes for the shading and the wash and all of that. That's very interesting. Here we have Julia Roberts' Palm Pilot thing. Man, she really, you know what? She was in that, what was that movie where she was like a lawyer? She was like a busty lawyer. I think that was the name of the movie, right? Busty Lawyer. My agent's cell phone. Call him again to confirm my status as America's sweetheart and #1 leading lady. Date book, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Brush teeth and gums. Rinse. Memo pad. Practice both of my kooky romantic comedy facial expressions in the mirror. Make appointment with therapist to try to figure out my Lyle Lovett phase. Synchronize and back up my Palm V organizer with my PC. It's so simple. Even that empty-headed, no talent, honing in on my romantic comedy territory bitch Cameron Diaz can do it. And look at Spy versus Spy by... I almost called him Eric Cooper. No, that's not his name. Peter Cooper. I'm sorry, Peter. I know you watch this show. More contractual obligations we'd like to see some celebrities agree to. Mort Drucker. Well, how old is Mort Drucker at this point, right? 2000. Oh, he would have been 80 years old, right? 2000? I don't know. But look at, he was something, because wasn't there a 100th birthday? I don't know. I'm just a fool, okay? But anyway, if he was 80, some drawings right there. Good night, room. It's been 8 years, and it's been exciting, but now it's time for President Bill to pack up all his memories and belongings. In the Oval Room, there was a president and an air of gloom, and the knowledge that the end of his tenure did loom. And as he turned out the light, Bill said goodnight to his health plan that flopped and the bombs his planes dropped, and don't ask, don't tell, and pants that fell. Good night, lies. Good night, fries. Good night, soft money with Chinese ties. And to Newt, and to Trip, and to biting his lip, and to blowing on his sax 'cause he thought it looked hip. Good night, Drudge, and Monica's thighs. Good night, Loans. Good night, Jones. Good night, Cigar. And good night, Kent Starr. The Drudge Report. Do you remember that? Oh, man. Oh. I already sent in mine. Good night, Trials, and good night, Files. Good night, Feel Your Pain. Good night, Hussein. Good night to the DNA stain that's still damp. Good night, Socks. Good night, Loot. Good night, George. Good night, Camp. Good night, First Lady. Good night, Lamp. And good night, House of Ill Repute. This looks like, I don't think that's who it was, Jack Syracuse, but it almost looks like Sam Viviano. Doesn't that look like his style, like the cheeks and everything? Yeah. Celebrity cause of death betting odds. The beautiful fold-in, which I am not going to do because I'm at 32 minutes, and that is so long for one of my videos, which are already way too long. Anyway, again, if you want to support me, hit like, hit subscribe. Tell me what I should do to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, if I ever even make it there. And check out patreon.com/flippinthrough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Toodaloo.